And we have, oops, the first game will be provided for free for everybody on the free broadcast. There are 2 broadcasts. Oh, the English, the free broadcast just started for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there, but welcome, welcome, welcome to the Japan Professional Mahjong League English channel and our World Reach Championship Rules League. So this is not actually related to the WRC. The WRC League means that we use WRC rules in this league. So there will be Ippatsu, there will be Ura, and I'm going to be the only one commentating, so please comment lots. We have at the tables today, take a look, Ryota Nishimura, Hirotoshi Suetsugu, Yuri Asahina, and Rana Tachibana. So 2 women on the table. Of course, Yuri Asahina is a repeat. Hello, Melodic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are happy to see you. All right. So the dealer is going to be, oops. Just going to write the names on there in English as well. Suetsugu is the dealer. I remember how to do this. Previous final tableist, and I think champion, I'm pretty sure she won the last one that we covered, Asahina, in the south seat. Rana Tachibana, newcomer for final tables. Bit of a newer pro as well. In the west seat and in the north seat is Ryota Nishimura, who I believe we've seen before. Perhaps on one of the Wakajishi tables or something. There's the English titles for you. Hello, Kaiser! Yes, it's Jenn no Mi today. I will do my best. I did invite the other commentators to come in if they happen to have time, but I know that 2 of them, Nathaniel and Korak, have a Armo final table tomorrow, so they definitely need to get their rest. Garth is doing family things on Sunday. I already went ahead and watched my kid win a soccer tournament this morning before the broadcast. I watched all but the last game so I could make it here in time. So we are good to go. Yes, defending champion, exactly, Yuri Asahina. Right there. We have Suetsugu in the dealer's seat. We have their triple, kind of filled in and open-ended. Still have 2 kind of floating tiles. Got to find 1 more block in that. Even though we're already pretty deep into the hand. Deep into the beginning of the hand, I would say. My kid rocks. Thank you. Yes. It was a 2nd grade and under one, and so she's one of the younger and the smaller ones. But apparently, she did make a pass during the last goal. So, woohoo! Go soccer kid. All right, now we have something stuck to that 4 finally. Open-ended 3-4 bamboo in Suetsugu's hand. Trying to decide whether to get rid of probably the 7 or the 5, or maybe even just go with the west to try and go for an inside hand. Starts with the 7. I think if something sticks to the 5, then he'll probably let those wests go. In the meantime, Tachibana pawns the east. Still not quite ready yet. Nishimura lets the Dora go. Nothing sticking to the Dora. This is actually quite wide, but considering he already has a pair, he'll decide to lock in the sequence instead of taking that 4-4-4-5-6-6-7 shape. I kind of love that shape. I'd probably keep it. What's up, Tips? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think Suetsugu is trying to use that 5 somehow. I mean, I think he'll let it go now, maybe. But with 1 west out, there's still 1 west left. Nishimura pairs up the 3. Lets that 6 go. He's keeping it kind of for an open-ended. This is Tenpai. The 5 dot just came out. He will reach. Now everyone else has to decide what to do. Asahina still 1 away from ready. 7 mon, pretty dangerous, but we'll push it, push it. Looks pretty dangerous to me. The 6 had just come out. Red dragon was definitely at Tsumogiri, right? So, but it passed. So we have Tenpai now for Tachibana. Not just the East poem, but also 789 Sanshoku with Adora. Hello, Kay. Yeah, it's just Jenn. Jenn Nomi. Jenn Nomi's stream today. And Asahina will take Tenpai. Shabo waiting for the 7 bamboo and the 3, but deals in with that 2. And Suetsugu will continue as dealer. Not a big hand. Nothing. No Uradora. Just gets his reach stick back and 2,000 points for Reach Nomi. Oh, were you talking about the Reach Nomi? It was Reach Nomi and it's Jenn Nomi. Both. But he's dealer. He's dealer and he was waiting for West and 2 dot Shabo and there was only 1 West out. I think that's a pretty solid decision there. West would be a pretty good weight, in my opinion. Remember, only the first game is available for free. After that, you have to be a JPML superfan. But I think it might get crazy in the paid stream today because it's just me, and we're going to have 4 games. So if you're there chatting, we're going to have lots and lots of fun. Yeah, so, yeah, okay, Reach Nomi. Someone earlier said Jenn Nomi because I'm the only commentator today, but... It's not a great hand to start out with. Almost let that 8 so go, the 8 bam, but I think that he thought there might be a Sanshoku available, so he held on to it at the last minute. Got it just in time. Alright, this was about to look like too many blocks unless he discarded the Dora, but decides to get rid of the 1 dot pair instead for Nishimura. Asahina, lots of pairs here. Just 3 pairs, but only one open-ended. And now a floating 5. She was looking probably at the full straight with that 9, but lets it go and keeps the middle at the floating tile instead. 1 away now for Tachibana. Oh, a nice fill-in for Nishimura. Now he's going to be able to definitely use those 2 Dora as his pair. Tachibana can hone the green dragon or the white dragon for Tenpai. And Nishimura lets another pair go. The 8 dots now are going to be gone. Not very useful 3. That's another pair, though. She doesn't want to get rid of the Dora, especially if she ends up going for all pairs. So the option, if she wants to keep pairs in the mix, would be the 2 dot or discard that 3. So she'll let the 2 dot go so she can keep the pairs options. Now we have a little bit wider weight, a little bit wider of a 1 away shape now for Tachibana. And 1 away for Nishimura, I believe now. Suetsugu keeps the double gut shot. The Ryankan shape in the Manzu. And now that sticks to the 5. Now that Asahina can use the Dora, she's going to give up on the pairs and get rid of the 3. So out comes the second 8 dot. Nishimura 1 away, 2 open-ended weights. Are these aqua tile backs? Yeah, there are a number of tables that have green tiles. The standard for the Rexes is blue or yellow, but a lot of parlors have green tiles on like the Amos, what is it, Ultima and other they used to be able to like choose the tiles much easier, the tile backs, but Rex seems to be stuck with just one color or two colors. And that is even better for Asahina, but she's gonna have too many blocks. If she holds on to this, she'll get rid of the 5-6 shape of the bamboos. Nishimura also too many blocks with that 3, so he'll let the 3 pair go. If he draws a 4, he'll probably get rid of the 8, maybe? Also trying to work around Tachibana's reach, waiting for the white dragon and the green dragon. Alright, 2-3 mons out. And Nishimura remains 1 away. Asahina kind of stuck here without anything that's really safe after discarding her 2 6s already. 6 bamboos. She'll start with the 1 mon, probably end up discarding the pair. Now Asahina was fishing for a distant Sanshoku prospect. I mean, she might get there because of the reach, thanks to the reach. Alright, the 5 pairs up. 1 away from ready. Of course, she's already discarded that 1 bamboo. So it'll probably be hard to get back to Tempai, and I don't think it will be a priority at this point. Priority is definitely to be safe in discards. Which Suetsugu doesn't seem very happy about as dealer. He wants to remain dealer. But he's already folding as well. So, you know, start not just folding, but still, there's still a lot of tiles that she has to, a lot of draws left that she has to kind of hold on to that, find safe tiles for. Still about 4 discards left. Oh, I have a co-commentator. All right. Let me share my screen. Hello, 1 second. I have to add your sound to the... But everything else is ready. I don't know why I don't have your sound already in here. I must have used a different... One second. Is on application audio. I think I already have an existing one, so hopefully this will work. It did not. Why doesn't it show up on there? I don't know why. Okay, I'll just copy it from another one. I don't know. It says it's in there. Why doesn't it work? I'm sorry. Yes, I can. Absolutely can. And it says it's connected to Discord. Hold on. I wonder if I can copy it from here. I don't know, it seems like a stupid... No, it's an OBS thing. It's not... I can hear you just fine. It's yeah, it's... For some reason, OBS isn't showing it on the audio mixer. And I have no idea why. I'd rather get you in there, though. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I guess so. It's so sad, though. If I add a new one, I'll just try adding a new one real quick, and if it doesn't work, then I'll give up. I don't know, you guys can't hear your Korak, right? It's... why doesn't it shove there? Capture audio. Okay, this should work. Can you try again?
Let me try this again.
All right, we have Korak. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Sorry, everyone, for the delays here. We're in East 2 at this point, and there's a nice little Honitsu play here. 6-mon Dora. Of course, the important part is this Ricci, which is just waiting on the 7-mon. Ricci, Dora 1.
All right, yes, everyone in the chat says it works as well. So we are good to go. I think I needed to transition the screen and I didn't do that. So now I've learned. Now I am more competent at OBS.
All right, the important thing here is the 7-mon is the weight. We see 3 of them locked in hands with that Anko. And of course, here's the last one. So the weight is effectively dead. The question is, will anyone else throw into it? And the chances are not that high. Sugetsu would love to win this hand, but that's going to require it popping out, and I do not see this happening. The question is whether anyone else can get in, and we have, is that Ishunten? Very complex Sozu shape, so not that much violence. You can turn it into the Horitsu, but Tenpai being Tenpai would be nice. 7, that is Ishunten as well. Yes, this is 1 away, and now it's not. Just getting out of here, saying this is not worth the fight. Okay, could move this towards Tanyao. 1-mon pair up. I think it's in pretty good shape if you're willing to throw the 4-pin. It is, let's see. We've seen the 1 come out. It's not that bad. Yeah, it goes ahead and shoves it.
I think we'll see Asahina be a bit aggressive as well. She won the last final table of the WRC League about 6 months ago.
No, it is always very different. Just like trying to take down first place regardless of anything else. 2 Anko. Okay, so this gives a little bit more flexibility as Ishunten, but the shapes are not great. 5-pin. Okay, we'll just shift the 2 out since that came out last turn. No reason not to. Back to Ishunten with the Shaw pair up. 5. No, that's not it. Still looking for the 7, which we know is dead. 3-6, not the greatest Suji here. We'll see if this shuts the hand down.
Just wanted to address in the chat, 9 Orphans abortive draw is not in the standard JPML rule set. All abortive draws have been done away with in JPML rules, all JPML rules.
Yeah, live play tends not to have abortive draws just generally.
We definitely did when I joined JPML, but they removed them after the WRC rules became sort of standard. They removed them from A rules as well.
But particularly any game that has timers, aborts are obnoxious. And some of these longer games, I could see them, but I'm definitely an advocate of not having it. If you get your Kogushi, suck it up, go for it.
Yes, I will go for it from 7, so I don't understand anyone not going in for it from 9.
Formon, this is an extra door. That's a really annoying tile. Cuts the 8, so may end up just cutting the 4-2 altogether. Dreamon, that is another pair. But okay, 5 suggests this hand's over. Gonna see a call. This is now
All right.
Tempai. Waiting Hatsu Sha. Of course, Sumo is Sananko. And this is Tempai. Would have to shove the 4 here, but waiting on the 3, which looks really good here in the wall. And as a result, does take it. Richi Tanya, Dora 2.
There it is.
Oh, indeed, Patsu!
It did look really good in the wall, and there it was.
Richi Patsu, Tanya, Dora 2. Nowhere, though, so we'll just be the Mongon.
You can see the disappointment on Suetsugu's face. Rough dealing. That'll bring us
Well,
to
it's an early Ricci +1. You're near Dora. You're just hoping that there are a couple in the wall. Unfortunately, there aren't, and that's what happens. Is if you don't get that wet, especially at a bad weight, bad things happen the later the hand goes.
Also, Arthur just came in. I didn't have a chance to introduce my co-commentator now for at least some of this broadcast. Arthur, a World Reach Pro Mahjong member.
Yes, hello everyone.
And also Korak. I like Korak better.
Yes, probably known better as Korak, but I mean, you even see me in the chat using my actual name there. Wouldn't let me log in, so apparently my name just got randomized with random numbers at the end. So anyway, dealing with
appreciate
all
it a
our
lot.
technical situations. Look at these hands, mediocre. This is a very good hand. That is Ishanten, I believe, would really like a 6-mon. 1-pin Onko. Do you just go Honetsu? Not just yet. 9-mon. I have a 2, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. Just get rid of the honors because you move forward. There is a 79 Sanshiku in that hand with the right draws. Shaw useless goes back. Haku always feels bad to discard 1, draw another. At least there is a turn in between them. That's not my experience when that happens. 9-mon pair up. Doesn't really do anything immediate. 7 fits in very nicely, though. Completes the 5, 6, 7 in Pinzu. 6 completes the 4. This is Tempai. There are a lot of better shapes. I like cutting the 7-mon here. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Greeds for Ipeco, greeds for Dora, greeds for just Pinfu in general. Tuso being held as Dora and Possible 2, 3, 4 Sanshku. 6-mon fits in perfectly here. Going to be very hard to get the Sanshku, but just brute forcing it, cutting the 7. So wants to keep the Haku as a safe tile. Oh, just draw the Dora. This is why you discarded it. And the question is, will we wait 1-4? I think the 1-4 is terrible. I would wait in the Manzu.
And she does.
And there it is going to be a 2-5 Richi Pinfu Dora 1. Of course, it is dealer, so that gets very expensive very quickly. That is why the Haku was held, just for this type of situation. 7-mon isn't it. Again, waiting 2-5-mon. You see it there on screen.
5 draw is unfortunate. I think Nishimura's hand is just kind of too much of a mess for this round.
Yeah. So Suetsugu has a bunch of the outs, but you only need 1 to draw in order to finish this hand. Still, Tachibana with a very strong play here. Early Richi Pinfu, Dora. Not going to complain about that, especially as dealer.
Definitely. I don't think I see There's no real hands that can contest with her hand.
This could contest with one more draw. Say the two-so pairs up, Dora 2, you don't care at all about anything else.
I think that, yeah, that might be the only draw, though. It was a big mess 2 draws ago.
You get
He had
a
some perfect
3-so,
draws.
things get a little awkward because it didn't have a pair, and that'd be a 2, 3, 4, 5 possible Nobeton. But yeah, 9 doesn't help. It's already cleared a couple times. Gonna go ahead and cut the 8 now. 3-so. That is not a good tile here. Oh, gets the 3 and the 4 and the 7s and the 8s, but needs the 2, 5. There's gonna be the
Nishimura's
call.
back in it. Still looking at that 2, 3, 4 possibly.
Or potentially just Dora Tonki. Pay is definitely not going to help that hand. 5-pin Tempai. There is the Dora Tonki.
All right.
Waiting 2-so for Tanyo Dora 2.
I have to say I'm a big fan of Dora Tonki. Oh, but
well, it feels a lot worse when other people keep drawing them. 4-pin is safe. No reason to mess around.
Dora Tonki is much better when no one else has reached yet, and you can reach with it.
I kind of disagree. I like waiting on Dora Tonki when someone else is reaching because there's usually nothing they can do with it. Ooh, could cut the 6-so here and switch this to a 3-so wait.
You know, some people in the chat that would definitely do that, but not Nishimura.
Ishan 10. Needs an 8-so and a 4-so. Goes the tune. Of course, there's only one 2-so left. Okay, well, that is not Tempai. Of course, you need something in the Sozu to upgrade this. Just going to throw the 3 back. Already came out from the Reichi, so you're much less worried about it in that case. 4. So, oh no, the 1-4 was the weight. 2-pin. Nope. Not even tempted. Admittedly, throwing the Dora isn't that tempting, but it's such a wide weight. That said, throwing Dora into dealer Reichi on a Reichi tile near Dora tends to result in very bad things. Six-so. Oh, this has a lot of flexibility. If you're willing to just shove the 9 here, this is a super wide Ishan 10.
It is super wide, but only 2 draws left, I think.
Yeah, but you can call a lot of things as well. You could even potentially just call like 4-so or 5-so even.
I think he actually has 3 draws left. But he will
Let's
completely
see.
fold.
Yes. Now, this is not, I'm not going to mess with this. Not getting in trouble. 8-pin still isn't it. 8-mon isn't it. Still 2 players Tempai. Again, the weights are 2-so versus 2-5-mon. One pin again. Once you've cut the 5 there, you're just done.
Yeah.
And there we see it. 2 players Tempai. Tachibana will get a repeat of the dealer turn. Of course, the stick will go into the middle. 1 Homba. We'll have East 3-1.
Nishimura hangs on to that lead from the Ippatsu one hand earlier. It will play 4 games. We can only stream this on the free stream for the first game. Unfortunately, the last 3 have to go behind a paywall in accordance with the JPML Japanese channel. We are slowly getting more and more content for members only. So the membership is getting more and more worth it.
Hope to see more of you on that stream afterwards, but we look at these hands. 4, 6, 8. This hand just really, really needs that 6-pin Dora. Until then, it's going to be a mess. This has possible middle tiles, maybe a 5, 6, 7 Sanchu with a bunch of shifting, but just not great. 5-pin. That is a perfect draw for this hand. 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku, 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku, Tanyao even, another 4, 6, 8. So 2 of those, in addition to the 4, 4, 5, 7 in Pinzu. 9, there's some just a 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku, but it's not ideal.
I think we have 3, 4, 5 potential Sanshoku here too. A 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5,
Well, that's
6.
the thing about Sanshoku, especially early, is you'll always see a lot of it. And I feel that's one of those big differences between how pros look at things and how especially newer players look at things is it's not Sanshoku, and then 6 turns later, it usually isn't Sanshoku, but then occasionally it is. And if you're not looking for it, you won't pick it up.
Yes. There's a huge difference in the number of times that Sanshoku is won in the lower leagues compared to the higher leagues even within the pro organization.
Yeah, it is often a Yaku you have to make happen, or not even make happen, but leave yourself the chance for the wall to give you that option. Like this 5-pin is a great example. I know a lot of people that just throw it back instantly. And here it does. I don't like that. I would definitely cut the East, but the 5 there gives you a 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. She just thought that the blocks were good enough. 7 completes this shape. That is Ishan 10. It's a headless. What do you go? 8 so? Yeah, I like this.
I think that's the most
The
efficient.
4, 6 isn't great. It is the most efficient. Any of the Monzu, other than the 6, obviously, is the equivalent there. Because he has a 3. That's a very awkward hand because it wants to be set. Oh, well. Yeah, just go with the 9. You can even call this down with 2 Dora.
We might see 2
Hey.
Dora and Sanshoku together.
Yeah, I think this is why the 5 was cut earlier. It just didn't like the blocks altogether. There are some players who are just not comfortable making very aggressive calls. I am definitely not one of those players. I will call anything.
We're also going to see, a lot of times Garth and I will stream A-roll games. You're going to see a lot more Sanshoku in those games. Now we're playing with Ippatsu and Ura with the WRC rolls. So there will be speed will be more important in a lot of cases.
Ippatsu and Ura really do change the game. Perfect draw here. This should be a Richi. It is only Richi Nomi, but there aren't that many upgrades other than just drawing the Dora. So just throw it out there. There is already a stick in the middle. 2 5-mon.
It's actually one of the better draws, especially since we could see all of the 5-sos. Pairing up the 4 or the 6 was going to be ideal for the open-ended wait for the reach.
And Asahina is out. Dealer here has a way back in. This hand, though, just has such a huge incentive to fight. And out goes the 9, not even really considering defense here. Seven pin. It was just Chun last turn. It's probably Chun as well. It goes with the Genbutsu 7. I feel that Chun then is being held because the 9 was such a blatant push. That, okay, we know someone has value, or at least a very good reason to be fighting this Richi. This is Tempai. Will it be a Richi? 9-pin is safe entry. There are a lot of shape upgrades, but there are also 2 sticks out there. So just throwing the stick out is the normal play. It is 2-mon, 3-so Shampon for Richi. So both players waiting on the 2-mon. If he is a little worse having to shove against 2 of these, I don't think the 1 looks bad at all. But it's enough to chase it out. The 7 goes out.
Did the 7 look safe, or is it just that he had 2 and was probably going to
Dora!
discard it anyway?
Insta-pulled, and now you're a little sad.
I mean, he had too many blocks in the first place. So
Yeah, that was the reasoning.
yeah.
There goes that safe Chun. Expands the Ishin. It's Sanzu Sumo. That is Richi Sumo. Is it Sananko? Yes, it is. Reach Sumo Sananko.
4,000 from each of the other players.
And of course, the 3 sticks are in the middle at that point. So Tachibana puts a stranglehold in this game. Nishimura isn't that far back, but Asahina and Suetsugu are way back.
These games are untimed. Yes, that's right, Kaiser. No timed games for the final table. We also don't have time games for our normal Pro League and Women's League. Although the league games running up to this final table, the WRC League happens on weekdays, and those are timed at 50 minutes plus 1 game. Or usually play 4 games a session.
All right. Well, look at these hands. A bunch of pretty good ones. Not too much value. Tumon really help here, but I reach Fudora. This might be a Honitsu. It might even be Toy Toy. Problem is this is the north seat, so I'm trying to find any direct routes, and the answer is there aren't any. He cuts the 8 on. 6 it sends a shape there. Possible Ipeco, that is Ishanten as well. Tumon is the door indicator. Always a good floater to have around. South pair up, okay. Could cut the 2 pin. I think 6 mon is more normal. Could also go with a 3 so. 8 pin. Well, it gives us 6-8, but ugh. I'm not liking these shapes.
Yeah, I think you almost think about it more as sticking to that pair of 9s. You can keep the 8-9-9 shape at some point.
Interesting shape. Yeah, I feel 2 so is the normal discard there. Just because there's so many things that can connect in the Pinzu suit. 4 so pair. Well, it's Chitoy. It's hard to be anything else at this point. That is, as far as I'm concerned, a miserable draw. Oh, 6. That is Tempa. No, it's not. This is too many pairs.
Yeah, ends up being an extra block. And it's not
You'd love to drop the
pairs.
3-5, but the 3's Dora, so you can't. You just cut the 3 so. Could even throw it back. Could go 8 pin. I kind of like just 3 so.
I kind of like throwing it back. I think you can do a long open-ended in the Pinzu, but
goes to the 8 instead. 9. Well, that doesn't fit at all. So back it goes. Pay, useless. It's a good Chitoy tile, and yeah, just because rid of the 4. So I don't need a floater around Dora if I'm just going for a Chitoitsu type hand.
And
this
now
is
we choose
now
between Shabo or a possible back end because no confirmed Yaku. She'll go for Shabo.
Okay, is 3 so 5 pin.
The other option was to discard that 6 that she had just drawn and wait for the 1-4-7, but the 1 is not something she can win on. And probably the most likely to come out first, so should be in a 30-10 situation.
And as long as other people are throwing it, it's just a mild annoyance. When you draw it and then you have to stare at the hand afterwards, that's when it's miserable. Exactly. Note that the 6 was not conned.
Another Dora.
Don't normally take a Daimon con, especially in dealer first place.
Yeah, it's just a way to give more Dora to the people trying to catch up with you.
I feel if you're in Asahina or Suetsugu's position, I would definitely con, but Tachibana has no incentive to. Taku pair up. This is also Chitoitsu Ishanten.
Really something but gonna leave options, non-Shitoitsu options too. And Asahina pawns. Gonna go for the
Going for
flush.
Honitsu. So it'd been,
Oh,
that would have been the sumo.
wait, but she had discarded this. Oh, wait, oh yeah, 7, second 7. That's right.
Yeah, that was why it probably
Yeah.
wasn't taken earlier. 8-1. Yeah. You kind of just want to fold from this position, and you're not thrilled with the 8, but does eventually shove it. Pair up. Okay, this is
Right,
now
that.
Ishan 10.
And north is her seat wind, so.
Oh, there's the
Perfect.
one. That would have been misery. This is Ishan 10. Can cut Haku Haku, but it is live, so you're kind of wondering why is it live. And as a result, it says, yeah, we'll go 5 so 5. So this also gives Honitsu routes. You do end up cutting the extra block. East doesn't do anything. 9 so doesn't do anything. But it will get to Tempai. 5-8 so. I believe that's Honitsu only.
Yeah, hopefully she can pwn or grab the last north tile and bring it up to 3,900. Or even.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, do you take the toy on the Tonki in that situation? Because it is debatable. I think I wouldn't, just because if you pwned again, it's 5,200. If it were 39 to... Oh, well, that just fold. That is not Tempai. Out the 5 goes, and out goes the win.
That would just
We'll pick up the 2 Honma in addition to the 2,600 from just Honitsu. Close the gap a little bit here, but Nishimura will be dealer here in East 4. Try and get some of those points back.
Asahina also widens the gap between her and last place.
And it looks like a fairly average Pinfu hand. The shapes aren't great. There's no real value, but you can see the blocks very clearly defined. This is a much better hand. Rishi Pinfu with a Dora. This is a Chun pair, a Pei pair. The question is go Honitsu, and the answer appears to be yes with the 9-pin cut. 2-mon pair up. This also has a Dora, so I think you just play efficiently. There is the Chun. We'll see how aggressively full Honitsu, not even considering anything else. And it's going to be very sad here for us, for the 8-9. Because we're going to see another 7 pop out that can't really be called. Yeah, Tachibana can't do anything about it. The 9 pairs up, though, so it doesn't feel quite as bad now.
That was really good timing for the 9 to pair up. Make her feel better about 7s being
Oh,
gone.
it should be 9 on here. Yep, there it goes. You can use the 3 as a pair and a 4-6-8. Okay, this is now Ishunten. Very wide Ishunten. We are in East rounds, so of course, if that can be pwned, it would be Mangan level. 8 is a perfect draw there. Ishunten, possible Sun Anko even. 5. Cuts the 2, hedges the Peiko. Makes sense to me.
This is the second flush we've seen from Asahina in a row. There's actually one pro, not in my organization, but I played with him once in one of our tournaments. And he goes for Hoitsu like more than half of the time. It's a very easy hand to fold. It's
really strong.
Easy to call, easy to fold. It's pretty versatile for.
It also scares the table a lot.
Especially
7. Well, it's not Sanshigu, but you take it. This should be a Richi Pinfu Door 1. Suetsugu will take it. 7 so is not it.
Discard it.
3-6 on weight. Oh, that 8 is not good. Could go with an 8-pin or a 9-pin here.
Go with a 9-mon is safe, I think, and you could still maintain the all pairs shape.
Goes to the 8 and says I can have both.
Oh yeah, both is better.
7 so. Of course, I just cleared. 8. Oh. Okay, just throws it back. Sees a couple 7s. Said that's good enough. 5.
Now the 9 will come out.
Look at that pawn. I mean, the 1 pin don't look that bad either. When you go 2 and then 5, the 1s usually don't deal in. But you can't be sneaky. That is Tempai. The 1 is Suji, should be very safe, but the 2 is just such a better weight. This is 1 so tone.
I think, yeah, especially against
Kitoitsu.
a reach, anybody who gets to Tempai is going to discard the East, and the 1 so is Suji, so it's a great weight.
Out goes the 3 that will deal in. Richi Pinfu, door 1. No aura, but 3,900 and the stick back. More importantly, a direct hit from the competition will get Suetsugu into 3rd place. As we head to South Round, and he is hoping to go on a run here at 20,300.
That's definitely the worst part about it, is that it was the 4th place player and puts her back down into 4th place. As far as the hand goes, it's essentially similar to a reach. I think she wasn't going to fold it at that point.
No, when you have Mongon, and that's not a bad way, even with it being Shampon, that you just have to shove. If it deals in, it deals in. Because again, your goal is not really 3rd in the first place. It's not online ladder. You're looking for points. It's a series here.
Yes, it's 4 games, and only 1st place is really worth anything. I think 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is basically the same prize for all 3. 1st place is 600,000 yen, by the way.
Well, that's a nice little pickup. All right, well, 7 connects with the 8. You could always cut the 1, but holding the Sanshoku route. That 8's a very deceptive tile because it actually does add acceptance with the 7. So you would prefer to get the 5, but keeping the 8 is very advisable. Pei goes back. Shaw useless, not holding safety here. It is only turn 3. 6 extends the shape in Sozu and connects with the 8. Haku pair up. Okay, this is now by far the best hand at the table. Dealer with 2 Dora and a South pair as well. Ooh, how greedy do you want to be for Sanshoku? 7 pin is the I want everything discard.
There it is. I definitely want to hold on to the Sanshoku option there, personally.
Okay, this will be the penchant cut now with the 3, because you can accept the 2-5. 3 pin useless here, should go back. You can consider the 2-4, but this should just be 3 pin. 8, well, that is kind of an annoying draw, but you just cut the 1 here. You have to play efficiency.
It can still end up being maybe a 2-3-4, depending on what's strong. It's not completely gone.
9 money is useless. And now you're getting a little more scared about that extra 2-4, but you're also wondering, why have I not seen the South? You figure the Haku is unlikely to pop out, but the South is interesting. Ooh, fun choice. Not even considering it too. Just wants the good blocks. Hatsu pair up. Well, I guess it's 2 pin. Hatsu is 1 cut, and it's not a great tile, but it's also a very good folding tile. Cuts the 6 here. That feels more like a back off. Just backing off on this hand. 5, well, that's Tempai. Richi Pinfu waiting 1-4 so.
Insta reach. She could not get it out there fast enough.
Actual Sokuri. Out goes the Shah. Oh, well, there's the Hatsu you were talking about. Out it goes. Not called. One pin. Amon doesn't do anything. There's no reason, though, to cut anything on the Shaw there. Dora
Oh.
3. Well, you just go now. You don't care. That is a Yakuhai. Oh, there's our south, but it will be taken for Tempai. This is non-Haku Dora 3, but deals it on the 4. Reach Pinfu, Ura 1, 3,900. So a bit unfortunate there. Suetsugu had a position, really wanted to cut the 2-4 so early, but just couldn't do it, and eventually the 4 comes back to bite him.
And those 3,900 points go right back to where they started in Asahina's bank.
And Suetsugu has just lost his last dealer turn. You don't think of it as quite as bad in South 1, but it definitely crosses your mind. Your chance to genuinely go on a run is now over. But you can still certainly pick up second, and there's an outside chance of first with some big hands.
Yeah, I think you want to aim for generally around a Mongon hand. You don't want to aim too high because you just lose all your chances of winning, and we still have 3 more games. So
Right.
out Mongon is just about right for these situations.
Bunch of pairs, a floating 6. I feel this is a hedge Cheeto with like a 1-mon, maybe even a Shaw. But it is West Sea, so no reason to cut the Shaw. 5 connects with the 3 here, has a south pair. 4-pin, good floater here. Could cut the Hatsu. Instead, going to cut the 7. Doesn't believe in Ipeco. 6-pin, another good floater, but how important are floaters in pair-based hands? Not very. Thinks about the Haku. Eventually cuts the pay.
I don't like the floaters in pair hands because they kind of give your hand away. You have too many middle discards, and people start to expect that you'll be waiting on the outside, and you have something like all pairs.
Right. It also depends a lot on what turn you get to and what are you actually shoving. Because if you end up on a Dora weight, it really doesn't matter. But if you end up on, say, a Dama Dora 2 weight on maybe a 9 so or something, people would be a little more defensive. This is Ishan 10. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. 1 so. Cuts the 6. It's Cheetoy. That is definitely. I'm just going Cheetoy. I don't care. We're not playing anything else.
Sometimes that happens. As much as I hate it.
Yes, this is definitely Shantan. Okay. It's one of those counting to 5 blocks, occasionally complicated. 3, 4, 5. Great draw there. Fills that block in. 9 completes the 7, 8, 9. Out goes the Haku.
I believe
7,
that's
so the
102.
perfect draw. We'll go ahead and Ricci here. This is Ricci Dora or Ricci Dora 2, waiting on 6-mon and 7-mon. Shanten here as well.
Suetsugu, I think, does not want to fold, but we have an 8
Ricci
Sumo.
Sumo Dora. That is Mongon already.
No
Ura's nothing, but it doesn't really matter. You hit the Mongon already in first place. Tachibana trying to put a stranglehold in this game and ideally this series. 55,700 and will be dearly here with a chance to get it up even further.
I feel like this is Tachibana's first final table. And
well,
she's doing great.
I don't know whether it's beginner luck or just showing everyone what her skills are. Can always, of course, be some of both. But whatever she's been doing is working out great. We'll have a dealer turn here in a dominant position here in South 3.
Also, her name is Reiwa Tachibana, so I imagine she was... Oh, she couldn't have been born in Reiwa. She was born in Heisei. We have eras in Japan, by the way. Right now it's the Reiwa era.
Well, this hand is terrible. It has Kanchan's Evera. That's one where I count to 6 and then give up. 7 connects nice with the 6 here. Connects up to Dora. This has a 7-8. Possible 6-8 or 7-9 Sashigu, depending on some shifting. Ton Anko moves the hand forward. 9-mon pair up. Now it has 3 pairs, and it's still bad. And the long hesitation of this card is, which one of these tiles do I want to dump? And the answer is all of them. One connects loosely with the 3, just going to hold as an extra block. 5's a good draw here with a 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. 2 so well, now it's a sheet toy. I don't see really any other way to play this. Even if you get a 3 so, what do you need? Another 3 so.
Right, she's class of 41, and I haven't even followed her on Twitter yet, so she's very, very new in the league itself. So, rookie at the table.
Certainly making a splash here. Well, that is Ishan 10. Could go with a 1 mon. I think you'll hold the 7 anyway. Yeah. Haku. Already discarded one, so if the plan is sheet toy, the tile you already discarded, never ideal. 5 so, well, speaking of annoying Chitoitsu, I think this hand qualifies. Wants so badly to turn into 5, 6, 7 Sanjuku, and it's just not cooperating. Hatsu goes back. Told, I might see a con here. This is dealer who doesn't really have an incentive to con, but at the same time, it's so much fun. I think with a relatively low WRC style Uma, I like the con. Not to mention the fact, especially being your Yaku high wind, it does scare the table, which is also a very nice benefit.
On her Twitter
Out goes the 3.
profile, it says her goal is to become a strong Jonshi. So she's definitely there.
Now, certainly putting it together quite nicely here. That is not Tempai. Of course, still has the 4 East in hand. This may be a situation of not going to con until Tempai. Out goes the 5, says, this is 5, 6, 7 Sanjuku. I don't care what the wall wants. We're going for it.
Vape says delaying the possibility of a con or keeping it as a safe tile.
It could be either.
Could be, yeah. I mean, you can achieve both at the same time. And then if you tempai first, you can con and reach right after conning.
And if you're not the first to tempai, you just cut the East and you haven't really lost anything.
You can even become a pair in the end if you can
sort of the saddest pair imaginable. Out goes the 6. That is the tile is desired, and this will be an East cut almost certainly, yeah. And that is part of why I would have liked the con, is that happens more often than you might think. But anyway, it is Tone Dora 1.
It's true. If you're planning to call, then it's good to con. The thing is, she's hesitant because she's in first place and doesn't want to give other players a chance to reach with extra Dora. If she's a Tempai already, it's different. But if she's not Tempai yet and she allows them to get to Tempai and reach after creating an extra Dora for them, feels really bad.
It does feel bad. But out goes another 6. Chitoitsu Ishan 10. What is that 3-sided weight? I don't know why they haven't put it on screen. Because it is just a 2, 4, 5 pin weight, where 4 pin gives, of course, extra foo. That's just Tondora 1 right now.
Yeah, if she draws the 4, then she'll go up to 40 foo.
I think even if someone deals it, yeah.
Actually, no, I was thinking the East as pwned, but it's not pwned.
No, it's oncoed up, so if it comes from anyone,
yes,
then it's the same.
That's right, yeah.
Tuso, well, I guess you can just throw it. Goes the 7. This is Ishunten, Farichi, Pinfu, Sanjuku, Dora. Out goes the pay. 7 so. It's not a great tile yet, just holding it back for at least a little bit. Okay, and they do have it up on screen now with the 2, 4, 5. Shaw. Oh, there is one of the deal-in tiles, but I can't imagine that's coming out anytime soon. One so Onko, very wide Ishanta now. Headless with an Onko. Oh, well, you can tell how much. Oh, there it goes. Ton Dora 1. It is not enough because that is a chi for the 40 Fu, but will be 2,900. And Tachibana extends the lead here. Also nice to get it off your potential competition, Nishimura, who not only is in a relatively strong second place compared to the other players, but also has a dealer turn left.
And Tachibana is in my favorite seat. I love starting as the West player. When you start as the North player and you get around to your dealership when you're in first place, there's a lot of decision making of when do I say no 10? Should I keep trying to go for extra points or not? When you're in the West seat, you don't have to make any of those decisions. You always go for more points. And then just try and end the last dealer's turn if you're in first place.
It does have advantages for sure. Whole bunch of honors gear, a great starting hand. 5-5-4-2. So the shapes are not ideal, but there's definitely Tanya in there. This is a Pinfu type hand. 3, good floater, but the shapes are a little awkward. They're not bad, but they're awkward. 9 so pair up. Now, may end up cutting that anyway just because of the 5-pin pair. But don't have to make a choice yet. Well, this is Chitoitsu. There is a Dora in hand. Speaking of awkward pairs. Speaking of awkward pairs.
It's only one, like, what, 2 away? Is that 4 pairs now?
Well, there's an Onko, and you just always cut the 8 here. Yeah, just keep your floaters at this point. Well, speaking of awkward pairs, now you just go for it. You should be 6 or 7, so. I don't think you can ever play this like a normal hand anymore. Yeah, there it goes. 3 so fits in very nicely. The problem is the hand's just relatively slow. Cuts the penchant. Chu. If you're going Chitoitsu, that's not a terrible tile to sit around. 1 so could hedge the Itsu. And I think that's the decision here. Do we cut the 8 mon or the Chun or just throw the 1 back? I kind of like the 8, and yeah, that is the decision here. 1 mon not going to be held. Again, it's Chitoitsu. It's not that useful here. 2 so, 2, 2, 3, 4. 8 pin. Pins do look pretty expensive on this board, so interesting that it was not called. So Ishanten here.
For full straight as well.
Yes, would love to get a 2 so draw. Then you have the 3-sided Ricci, Dora, possible Itsu. Chun. Oh, yeah, that is the problem with cutting the Chun there. Ew, ew, throw it back, get rid of it. Ew, 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 ew. No, I don't want anything to do with this.
It's Tempai. It's Swappy Dappy.
Okay, Karagiri, okay.
I think he thought about
made
it
that decision eventually. Yeah, he thought about it for a while. Like, no, no.
But when you think about it that long, then doing a swappy
it does
or
kind
not,
of suggestion, yeah, that everyone thinks things right in that area are similar. Could go 9 mon, going with the 4. Yeah, just sticking with the Chitoitsu route. Wants to get rid of the dangerous tile. Could see a Chi here. Will not. And the 3 is filled in. This is a very nice Ishanten. 8, oh, that's a little tragic. That would have been the Chitoitsu Tempai. There it is, and this is why. Ricci, Dora 1, possible Itsu. There is no Pinfu, because you do have an Onko in the hand. Should just be the East. Out it goes. 4-pin. Well, now you have some decisions to make. But the 4 just came out, so there's not really a reason to throw anything else. South doesn't do anything. 6-so. That does deal in. And the 2-so is right next to the long pause of the 1. So yeah, it just says I'm not doing anything with this. Let's just get out. Oh, the 9 is the expensive end. Yeah, I like the 1s.
A lot of times,
Table correctly reading.
if you're not going to use the tile, it's often better to just smogiri instead of swappy-doppying it out. But if you think about it for that long, then it's fine to do either one. It doesn't make a big difference. That's the point I was trying to make. You don't want people to know what's in your hand, and when you swappy-doppy things, then they do know. Unless it's never going to be part of your weight, and then you can trick them into thinking maybe it has something to do with your hand.
Yeah, oftentimes you can delay like that and make an awkward position if someone is in reachy, because you're baiting the table saying, how much do I really want to push? But when no one's in reachy and you're not really expecting a dama like that situation, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. The tone is not it. Again, still waiting. 369 would love the 9. I think 3 of them are in hands and 1's discarded.
I definitely have 2 in Asahina's hand. 1 here in
yeah, that is exactly it.
And 1 here.
So it will not be the Itsu, barring a hard shove, but could still definitely win on the 3-so or the 6-so. And honestly, Richi Sumo Dora 1 is perfectly acceptable. South, however, is not it.
That's Tenpai.
That's Tenpai waiting on 5-so Dora. Richi Shitoitsu Dora 2.
And that's the Dora Tonki we were talking about.
Let's see, so that's 2 of them, and I think the 3rd is stuck in hand, so yeah, just 1 on the wall.
It's like Suetsugu is deliberately showing his tiles to the camera before discarding at the moment. It probably is. He probably has to consciously think about it, because a lot of times we'll just touch the tile and feel it before discarding. So it's very possible.
4-so. Consider the chi into dealing on the 9 and then thinks better of it and says, let's not. 2-pin. 6, that deals in. Reach, Dora 1. No Ura, but still a nice little pickup. We'll get Suetsugu into 3rd place, I believe. Yeah, with the sticks, that should be plenty, especially the direct hit. And we are in all last. Tachibana with a stranglehold on first. Nishimura in a reasonably comfortable second, but his dealer, of course, that can always be overtaken with a Mangan-sumo by Suetsugu. Or Asahina, I believe, needs a Haneman-sumo.
I was thinking it, I was right. Suetsugu actually joined JPML the same year I did. So we took the test together in 2005.
Chun pair could call and go. The rest of the shapes are not good. And that fits my classic description of a hand. Count the number of even numbered tiles. If it's less than 2, the hand is not good. There were at least a couple pairs in there, so it's not an unmitigated disaster of a hand, but not ideal. 4-pin pair up. Shape's not great. Triple penchant. 6 connects nicely with the 5. 3, 3, 5, 6 in Pinzu. Plan is still probably just called the Chun. This has 1 floating Dora, but it doesn't really fit him as the South goes. Which it does. Hatsu doesn't do anything. 6-pin. Another pair, but this hand is just not good. At the same time, Tachibana doesn't need a good hand here. She just wants the game to end. 3-so fills in very nicely. Could get very greedy with like a 6-mon cut. I really like the 6-mon. Yeah, there we go. It gives you Ipeco, it gives you Sanshuku, it gives you Dora pair. There are lots of reasons to go with the 6. It is not the most efficient, but it's definitely the most valuable.
I was talking about how Asahina is the defending champion for this specific league. Won it about 6 months ago. She also won it the season before, about a year ago. So she's defending for the 2nd time in a row.
2-time defending champion. I mean, that's very strong. We can see why, given how this has been played so far. 3-so. Ugh. Do you just cut the 6 here? No, there is a 1-so out. I feel this is 3-so or 6-so because I still want to keep that one. Goes to the 6. Thinks the 2-so is likely much better on the wall at this point. 6. So, do you want Itsu or do you want Sanshuku? Because you have to make a decision now.
Garth would choose Itsu. I think.
I'd cut 1 pin.
Yeah, I don't think I'm even
Goes
counting
to the
on
9.
Itsu with the
Okay.
yeah with the pair
Okay,
there.
going for the Sanshuku.
With 1-mon as a pair, it's really hard to count
East
on
Onko,
Itsu.
this is the East seat. 7 pin is not it, especially with the 8. There's no reason to hold as a floater. 5. Well, yeah, it fits in, but now we're really sad. Whereas if we would have cut the 1-3 last, the 1 pin last turn, things would have been great.
I think I would have also cut the 1. I'm just saying that I wouldn't have counted on Itsu anymore since the 1-mon
Well,
was a
no.
pair.
Well, that's always when you're in that situation. You're not brute forcing. You're saying, Wall, I am willing to accept the following conditions. One of them is Itsu, and that's the one I would like. If you're not going to cooperate with me, that's fine, but I'm giving you the option.
Leaving the porch light on.
The problem though with the 1 is Dora, and that's why it ended up ultimately getting held. The same time, I think in this situation, with 1 being Dora, I do kind of prefer cutting the 3, but the penchant is not a terrible cut by any means. 2-mon.
You can be much less sad about cutting the Dora if you just forget to remember what it is.
Exactly. South doesn't do anything. 2 pin, there it is. This is Sanshuku Dora 1, waiting 3 pin, Dama. Of course, here, there's not really a reason to Riichi, because you're looking for the direct hit or the sumo anyway. So a manga on Roan doesn't change your condition unless you hit Patso Ura. There goes the 1-mon, Ishanten. Mon is not it. 5-so could shift this, but I don't think it makes a ton of sense. Does so anyway. Oh, uh-oh. If this 3 pin comes out in Dora Tonki, that is a deal in.
There it is.
And it is. And there it goes. And there it goes. 5,200. Will not overtake, but will lock in the 3rd place for Suetsugu. Did not want to give Asahina a chance to draw anything else. The winner here is Tachibana with a big win, 43.6. Nishimura holds on for a 3.3 second. Suetsugu manages to mitigate some of the damage early and minus 11.5. And Asahina, a couple dealings at the end, just couldn't get too much running. Ends up with 4th, minus 35.4. So a long way to go.
Yeah, and we will take a break until the games restart. I'll be right back. Don't go away. My mic's off. There we are back. Play is just about to start in just a minute or two. I think less than a minute. All right, we never know exactly when it's going to start because it's, well, actually, we kind of do, but we only know 5 minutes before when it's going to start. So we have exceeded the 5-minute mark, so it should be any second now. All right, and once we get started, we're going to cut away from the free stream and go to the, oh, actually, I wonder if that's what happened here. Does it look like it's not playing?
No, it looks like you paused it.
I
The
didn't.
bar, yeah.
No, I think what happened is it's not on the pay one. So 1 second.
Hey, those look like commentators.
Oh, okay, it's back. All right, I scrolled it down. All right, so what's going to happen now is we're going to go behind a paywall. So if you would like to continue watching, please become a JPML superfan and switch over to the members only stream, which is going to continue playing. But I also think that this is not that.
All right, well, I'll leave you to handle all of that, Jen. We'll go ahead and take a look at these games. Of course, the big win last game, dominating the competition, was in the West seat. And we'll be in the South seat this time. I believe it's Asahina in the East seat. And Suetsugu in the North seat. We look at his dealer hand here. A nice little Itsu, maybe even Chinitsu, depending on how greedy you want to play it. 5 Mon connection. I have a 4, 5, 6, 7 Manzu. 3, 4, 5, 6 in Pinzu. North Onko and Chun pair. Chun being Dora. Great starting hand here. Three-pin pairs up. Doesn't do a whole lot. Has the floating Chun. 9-pin pair up. Could cut the 7 Mon. At the same time, could just cut the East and not really have to think too hard about it. I feel East is the normal play. And it is. There's always a question how greedy you want to get for the Itsu. So 8 so will be held. Possible Sanshku right here. 9 so pair up. There's a Tempai on the 5-8, looking for extra value. 9-pin goes back. 4-pin doesn't do anything. Yeah, it is just Dama Pinfu right now. Just looking for an Itsu upgrade. Then the reach will definitely be taken. This is one where just because the Tempai was so early is the only reason it's being Dama'd. Just figures there's plenty of chances here. No one's really progressed their hand. And not even really going to consider some sort of other shift like a Sanshku with a 5, 6, 7. Just going to sit here with the Dama, figuring it's either Itsu or nothing. Chun pair up. Well, that's a nice little draw. Maybe 1-pin. Goes to the 5 instead. That deals in. It is passed. So we've already had a past win. Dealer here looking for all the value. This is a very wide Ishan 10. Doesn't do anything with it. Just cuts the 2 back. Keeps the 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 5. Well, this would be taken? No. Saw a little bit of hesitation. Will Karagiri Riichi here. Now there are 2 of those outs gone. And here are 2 more with the 8-pin in this hand. 5 so just goes back. 2 so it is Suji, of course. Just throws it. And Genbutsu on top of that. 2-pin is not it. 1 Mon doesn't do anything. 2-pin, okay. Now Ishan 10 with the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in Pinzu. 4 so. Could cut the 7. We'll do so. Two so. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4. 3 pin. Could still call the tune.
Not very useful here.
Yeah.
But against that reach.
The tune is just blocked, though. I think 1 pin's the normal cut. Instead, just shoves the 6. Hatsu isn't going to do it. Seven so isn't it. 8 mon. Suji, good enough. 4 mon. Oh, that was the tile she was looking for from very early on. 8 pin. Oh, another one of these 5/8s is dead now. 1 pin. That is tempo. This should be a chase. Ricci Dora 2. Waiting 1 mon, 4 mon.
I actually really like this weight here.
Looks really good. Should just be the Hatsu. It is live, but at the same time, I don't know how much you care with all this value. No, going to play very defensively. Oh, there's the 8 deals in. And an Ura reach Pinfu Dora 1. It's a nice little pickup. I do note we have the Japanese names on screen now, not the English ones.
Yeah, I need to change the feed real quick, so we're just gonna take a quick... We're not gonna even take a break. I just need to change the feed real quick, so it'll be right here. Because we were watching the free stream, and we need to be watching the members only stream on the Japanese side. And then I just... All right. And here we are in East 1-1.